Long ago, there was a time before everyone was hateful towards one another and not making a million genders on the internet. This was the time of peace, joy, happiness, and making every kid excited for the weekend. This, my friends, was the tale of Cartoon Fridays. Oh, what joy this brought to a kid growing up in the 2000s. All the shows they had on this block were downright amazing. Codename Kids Next Door, Edna and Nenny, Johnny Bravo, the Powerpuff Girls, but before they turned to absolute shit, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory, Cow and Chicken, and the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. It was all so good and a great time to have. But as we all know, all good things must come to an end. During a time when Cartoon Network tried different things like having live actors host the segments and interact with the cartoon characters sometimes, but in 2007, Fried Dynamite happened.
Hey, I'm Blake. It's not so easy being a 10-year-old with your own show. You have to make decisions. Big decisions. Here, Billy and Mandy! From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you're always on the go.
This was just horrible. Having it show flashy logos, practically the equivalent of waving keys in your kid's face, and having it be hosted by a kid that looks like Finn Wolfhard. And of course, releasing one thing that many remembered from this block. R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour, Don't Think About It. Okay, that one was actually pretty damn good, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about Reanimated. This was released on that block, and people have said that this was the worst thing on Cartoon Network. Before some of the worst things on Cartoon Network. Many reviewers already ripped this film apart, so I'm setting my bar pretty low. I mean, it can't be that bad. Right?
When it crashes into me.
Look like Dolly.
Wait a minute, why is the dad eating cereal and acting like a child? What is going on? Okay, the mom's an astronaut, apparently. I'm kind of lost for that one. There's an alien! What? Okay, wait a minute, what? Okay, hold on, stop! I'm not even 5 minutes into the movie already, I'm completely lost. First off, why is the dad in his underwear watching cartoons and eating sugary cereal? Or, with how he's acting in this scene, I don't think it is cereal.
Each bite is a sugary jolt of life. Oh, plush. Makes my hands dance.
I've replaced all the sugar in the house with cocaine! Second, the mom's an astronaut. You can tell that she is due to her being in the full getup, but not seeing her doing any space work. I mean, come on, you could just put the actress in front of a black curtain and simulate outer space. And third, they have an alien as a daughter. Yeah, no real reason, she's just there. With all the random shit that's happening in these first few minutes, I would like to see the board meeting for how this movie went. So we see the only sane person in the family, Jimmy, as he arrives to school to ask out his crush Robin. But apparently he's suffering through movie cliche number 50, not being able to talk to the person you like. Jimmy then gets called to the guidance counselor, who just happens to be his father.
I know it's hard, son. Let me help.
Hi, Jimmy. It's me, Robin. Ooh, I wish I had a big, strong man that I could go on the tilt-a-whirl with. How about a kiss? Mwah! Mwah! Mwah!
You sure he didn't escape from a mental asylum? I don't think with somebody who's this crazy would be a great choice helping kids as their guidance counselor. What's that? You're being bullied and your parents don't love you? Well here, have some cereal while I make faces with my belly. Cut to the next scene where we see Jimmy's friend Craig, who's an example of movie cliche number 55, the awkward best friend who tries to be cool. Yeah, you see this type of character a lot in movies from the 2000s.
Oh, I love that game. I totally mastered the final level last weekend.
This game just came out today.
I know that. I had an advanced copy.
You know, the only thing I'm questioning throughout this whole scene is, why the hell is this kid playing a Game Boy Color game on the Game Boy Advance? You're telling me that nobody had the advanced SP back then? Well, I guess it makes more sense than why there's a llama in the classroom. Wait, what? How long are we into this movie again? Okay, if I question every issue with this movie, we'll be here all day, so, let's just move on. Jimmy's class is taking a field trip to an amusement park called Golly World. Think of it like Disneyland, minus the fun, and actually being there. It's also here where we learn that Jimmy's also dealing with movie cliche number 60, the character that just can't say no and everyone takes advantage of on a regular basis. Seriously, these cliches are happening one after another that I literally have a coupon for a free pizza. Now who could that be? Oh boy, free pizza! I mean, this cliche would be fine if the character was relatable, but in this case, Jimmy's as developed as a blank piece of paper. Most of the movie he changes between two modes, personal slave and constant whining. And I mean it. He whines a lot in this movie.
I need to get to school early, but there's something really important I need to do today. Why can't Yancy do it? I know, and now it's too late. But dude, I want to ride the ride. Why are you bouncing off the walls? I don't want to be president of the studio.
Yeah, boo-hoo, we all have problems.
So after a montage of the class being on some rides, they go inside to hear about the owner. So wait a minute, there's a duck in the class too? Okay, now I'm getting distracted by the bizarre randomness in this movie. They go inside to hear about the tale of Milt Appleday. And the class starts bringing up that there was an urban legend about how his brain was frozen after he died and is hidden inside the theme park somewhere. So the popular kids have Jimmy go look for it, and he's led to ice cavern that's underneath the park. Alright, I said I wouldn't nitpick, but I'm sorry, we gotta do bullet points about this bullshit. First of all, it's right underground below one of the rides. You're telling me that nobody here, not even the employees, has even come across it by pure mistake? Second, if nobody ever came across the entrance to this cavern, wouldn't somebody do a double take of this guy who's carrying a pickaxe? Third, if the employees of the theme park know about the legend, would they make sure that nobody would get off the ride? Should there be a sign on the ride that says the legend is 100% false? So please, don't be a dumbass and just stay on the ride. Fourth, and most importantly, since there's a giant cavern underneath this park, why in the hell hasn't it collapsed? Seriously, this has to be like 100 feet underground, so how come the theme park hasn't ended to the only conclusion?
I should've went to Six Flags. Nothing bad ever happens there.
Getting back to what this film calls a story, Jimmy goes to the cave to only see a man named Sonny who's been down there for 30 years looking for Milt's brain.
For 30 years I've been searching for this brain, mittens. And soon it will be mine!
It's kinda weird that he doesn't look like this after being down there the whole time. Sonny then chases Jimmy through the back green screen set to only have him get hit by a train, which makes Jimmy fly 100 feet in the air. Maybe it runs on the logic of flubber. It just so happens by some freaking coincidence that there is a hospital at the theme park. And if you're questioning why the doctors are wearing their costumes while working, then you seriously forgot what movie you're watching.
What do you got?
This boy needs an emergency brain transplant.
Wait, what? You know, I'm gonna be saying that a lot in this review, so I'm gonna have this on standby. He needs a brain transplant? From what we saw, he got hit in the freaking leg. That's like if I got a paper cut, I had to get open heart surgery. I'm surprised this hospital is still open with all the wrong choices they have made. Their death count is probably higher than all of 2016. It turns out that one of the doctors has had Milt's brain for all these years, and Jimmy wakes up feeling better.
Dad?
Hiya, Jimmy.
Golly?
I'll take it that Milt was also on a shit ton of drugs when he was alive.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
So Jimmy then meets the cartoon characters that were created by Milt, and their names are Golly and Dolly, Pickles and Brickles, Croco, and Tugs. But in reality, their real names are not Mickey, not Minnie, not Tom, not Jerry, not Wally Gator, and the animated version of Carlos Mencia.
Why did Milt's brain smell so bad before they put it in you?
Because it didn't want to be brainwashed. Zing!
The joke is trying to be that he sucks at telling jokes. And that's it. The problem is that it's not funny. They even leave 5 seconds of silence when this happens because the movie literally thinks that you're laughing at these.
Okay, how about this? When the network told me my new show would be on weekly, I said, weekly? Well then get a stronger signal. Zing!
Well, maybe that's for the best, because when the tunes are not trying to make you laugh, they're very annoying. I know you're probably saying, oh, nostalgia, you're probably just over-exaggerating. No. These characters are annoying to the point where they never shut up.
Well, a safe fell on you, kid. I thought it was obvious. Congratulations, fella. You just inherited the greatest mind in the world.
Nuh-uh, I'm the greatest mime in the world.
Not mime, you pea-brain crocodile. Mind!
I'm not quiet enough. You hate me.
Shut up, please.
They're afraid to lose the children's attention, so they just keep being loud, bouncy, and throw so much shit at the screen to keep them entertained. But that's not a good thing. Kids need slow moments. They need pauses. It teaches them to have patience. But all they're doing is the equivalent of waving keys into their faces.
You can see me. Golly, I'm the most famous, beloved, adored cartoon in the world.
I would also like to mention that Golly is voiced by Paul Rubens, but you probably wouldn't know that because it sounds like he's trying to impersonate SpongeBob SquarePants while doing a lazy version of his Pee-wee Herman voice.
Why aren't you laughing, kid? You should be having the time of your life.
You would be getting the full voice, but this movie's shit! So while he heads off to school, Sonny is able to find out who Jimmy was and where he lives off-screen. You know, it's nice for a movie to show and not tell, but when it doesn't do neither, it has neither. As he pretends to be someone wanting to rent a room at their house. And apparently seeing how these parents had the IQ of 0, they of course let the strange man in who laughs at this guy like an obvious mad scientist. Yeah, nothing to draw attention to here. Except for the reflection of the camera in his goggles, but why bring attention to anything in this movie?
What happened to you yesterday? You get hit by a train, then you like totally ditch me. Dude, I was in the hospital. It's always about you, isn't it?
What is wrong with this kid? His friend was in the hospital with a serious injury, and he acts like a complete dickhead. What if his father was in the hospital dying? Would he be like, come on, Dad, you're supposed to take me to get an Xbox?
What an asshole!
The Toons notice that Jimmy's being taken advantage of, so they help him by making him look like a crazy person.
Hey, Tiger. You know, with the budget cuts and all, we had to let janitor Carl go. Do you mind cleaning the throw-up in the faculty bathroom? Whew, chunky. I'll tell you, the whole school could use a good once-over.
Don't worry, Jimmy. The same thing happened to this girl when she dealt with imaginary friends.
Jimmy! Could you pass your brain?
What?
What? I mean gravy! Gravy!
Yeah, this family's 100% stupid.
You have green skin.
I think the best thing to bring up is, who are you? What are you? Where the hell did you come from? At least bring up why she looks like she's about to audition for Shrek the Musical. Also, Jimmy doesn't seem to remember the man who is chasing him until he brings up Mittens, who is Sonny's pet bag of money. Stupid. He goes over to see Robin, where he learns that Sonny is the president of Appleday Cartoons, and that he's also Milt's son, but he didn't have all of his talents, which makes the company go to the ground after his father died.
Sonny took over as president on his 18th birthday and little by little ruined his father's studio.
Oh hey everybody, this movie just predicted America in 2017. I know, right? Such an hilarious and original joke. One thing you quickly notice about the movie that it acts like a live-action version of a cartoon, which will explain the random animals, Sonny acting like a cartoon character, and basically all the random shit in this whole thing. And thinking about it now, why wasn't this an animated movie? Yeah, a little weird seeing how the movie tries to be animated and live action at the same time, kinda like Roger Rabbit. But it would be fine if it was just animated, especially later on when Jimmy turns into a cartoon character for a little bit, with the film's animation being at least decent. Why not have the film take place while Jimmy's still knocked out at the hospital? Have it be something like Wizard of Oz. Let him meet these characters and have them help Jimmy with these problems that he has in the real world. And when he wakes up, he'll be able to conquer them and not be afraid of saying no, and have the courage to ask out Robin. I mean, yeah, it would be a basic paint-by-number story, but at least it'll be better than what we got right now while they try to throw more pointless bullshit at us. Like, look at this scene while Sonny's in a meeting at Appleday. Jimmy spies on him, but he's recognized by the rest of the company. So the janitor from Scrubs fires Sonny and makes Jimmy the new owner of Appleday. Now, why would a company as huge like this would let somebody like him, who has no knowledge at all on how to run it, and is only recognized in recent news? You know where this was going.
But with you in charge, together we can make me a star again!
I'm thinking about a series based on you and the rest of us, while your friend and crush are played by completely different actors. A short-lived series. So we see Sonny work on an evil plan on how to get Jimmy's brain.
My father's brain, and now he steals my job? Whatever! Well, mark my words, Mittens, that brain will be mine. And when it is, I will extract brand new cartoons from it and become the greatest and most powerful cartoonist that ever lived. And I shall rule the world!
Dude!
Hello?
Keep it down.
Have you ever heard of knocking?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you couldn't hear me knocking over your insane ranting!
Are you not aware that he's trying to steal your brother's freaking brain? I mean, hell, you heard it within ear range. Is it because you being on Earth for a whole time makes you completely stupid and close to everything? That might explain the parents when I think about it. So after the obvious attempts of Sonny trying to take Jimmy's brain, seriously, Sideshow Bob is better than you. Jimmy wants to bring back Milt's old show where he rode a train, but it still broke when Jimmy got hit by it. Bullshit! So after a montage where Jimmy, Craig, and Robert are having fun at the back lot of the studio, we get movie cliche number, oh my god, are we still counting? The main character gets so popular to the point where they don't have time to spend with their friends. This movie is using so many cliches that I can literally make a book on how many they used.
Dude, we haven't hung out in weeks. What are you talking about? We're hanging out right now. Dude, you're being a crappy friend.
Look who's talking, asshole! We cut to Sonny talking about his plan on how he's going to rebuild his father's train to take off Jimmy's head and steal his brain. Oh, come on! You're right there! Just use some type of alien technology and zap him away! No? Nothing? Okay then, you are now rendered completely useless.
You're a stupid dumbass.
Jimmy leaves his friends to go to the premiere of the show, as Robin finds out about Sonny's plan and is then kidnapped. But during the filming of the show, Jimmy chooses his friends over fame and peace on Earth or whatever, I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care.
Okay, Jimmy, so it's not in front of a national TV audience, but you're still gonna ride my train!
He can just jump off that? You could have just put an automatic door or seatbelt so he couldn't escape? Or better yet, why am I questioning this bullshit? Also, because this movie's just a giant cartoon, Sonny went to the trouble of tying Robin to the track. And by the way she's talking here, I think she was also inhaling helium. Does being kidnapped make you sound like one of the chipmunks?
Somebody help me! I need to get off this track. I'm playing a loop-de-loop. Me, I want a hula hoop.
Jimmy, wait!
Not fast, Sonny. I can't believe I was so blind.
It all makes sense. Your mysterious arrival after Jimmy's accident, your secret equipment tracking his every move.
I can explain.
But it wasn't until today when I looked into those eyes, those dark, mysterious eyes, that I figured it out.
Yancy, it's your mother in disguise.
What? What?
She didn't go to the moon at all. She's been here all along, making sure we were behaving.
Okay. If you don't mind, I'm gonna put this right there, just to let people know about you. Gallatin helps Jimmy by transforming him into a cartoon like I mentioned earlier, so he can stop the train and save Robin. But Sonny's still on his tail, so Jimmy goes into the museum where he dresses up as Milt to trick Sonny.
Oh no, Yancy, I can't leave yet. You saw the slideshow, the cooler, the train, the brain, the...
Jimmy, look out!
Of course! You can actually zap him. Not during that scene, or even this scene. But no. You went ahead and waited for the only time you can do it. So because Jimmy isn't popular anymore, everybody leaves Craig's party. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that because there was so much shit in this movie. And everything is back to normal except for Sonny still being there. So that laser she shot out of her finger didn't kill him at all and just beamed him away? Hell, even when I want this movie to do something right, it somehow finds a way to fail. And you know, I think that's how I can describe my feelings about this movie. A giant failure. It tries so many ideas to the point where the movie is just one big crammed mess. Especially with the cartoon characters throwing so much shit and chewing the scenery. All the characters in the movie are either dumb as shit or just an asshole to the point of being frustrating. At the end, the main focus is that you give it attention. But the best thing you should do is just ignore and forget it. Now, I would go to the basement and stomp on this DVD, but I think I know what to do with it. And that's to take it to one specific place. I've only heard about this place in legends and word of mouth. But I got to see if it's actually real and true. Oh my god, it's beautiful. And by beautiful I mean it's full of shit, but I never thought that there would be so much. Maybe the movie wasn't that bad. I mean, this was during a time where Cartoon Network was having many ups and downs, so what if Reanimated wasn't the film that killed the channel and it was just the fault of fried dynamite? Nah, the movie's still a piece of shit. I'm off to watch the new season of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
my train, then you like totally ditch me. Dude, I was in the hospital. It's always about you, isn't it?
This guy is fucking stupid!